Did you guys decide? How many of you have seen my show before? Alright, so good. You know kind of what you're in for. How many of you have never seen my show before? Yay, fresh meat. I like fresh meat because they have no standards. No, I have no standards. Fresh meat has no expectations. Yeah, no expectations. Thanks for feeding me my line. Who was that? It wasn't. It was over there. All right. I can't tell what anything's happening. Obviously, everyone take a drink of their drink. You don't have to. You need a drink? No. No. You sit down. I'm not a good role model, everybody. No, I'm not. No, I'm really not. I'm momming it. I don't know what's happening, but I'm going to get real hydrated and then forget all of this ever happened. Also, you know what's fun is that one of my contracts fell out. So I have no depth perception. Took it back. I'm very serious. This is great. Thank you. No! I am wearing a corset. Sitting is better. You know, again, because my contact is bad, like, I can't tell if my boss is here or not. So, thank you. That was sarcastic. No? Is that no boss? You don't know who my boss is. Lord, ladies, ladies, gentlemen, have welcome to the Gwendolyn Show! Thank you, I am very excited that you're here today. I'm excited that you're here because I recently heard the most epic fairy tale I've ever heard in my entire life. And I'd like to share with all of you, do you want to hear a fairy tale? Say aye!
Aye!
Wait, now the story that I heard is the great romantic tragedy of the three little pigs. How many of you know the story of the three little pigs? You know it? You do? You do? Oh, good. Good, because I skimmed it. So I think I have all the parts. So if I forget something, please let me know. But at the end, everyone got that? Say aye. Aye. Are you ready for the fairy tale? Say aye. Aye. So without further ado, I present to all of you the great romantic tragedy of the three little pigs. As told by Gwendolyn Steele. Thank you. All those reactions were appropriate to some silence in the program. Here we go, focus. Good luck me. Let me do that to the string. It's not helping. Once upon a time in an ancient forest there lived three little pigs. Their names were Winkin, Blinkin, and Nod. They had a lovely childhood growing up, sometimes going to market, sometimes staying home, sometimes having roast beef, sometimes having none, and being all the way home. Yeah, ew is correct. Yeah, that's hashtag Drew. That's kind of when I was 7. Eventually, the three little pigs grew up, and their mother told them it was time for them to go out and make their way in the world. As the kids living in the Nod walked along, they discussed what kind of houses they were going to build. I will build my house out of straw, said Blinkin, the first little pig. That way, it will be nice and light and airy and have a yummy hay smell all the time. Blinkin and Nod shook their heads at their brother. Don't build your house out of straw, they said. If you build your house out of straw, it's going to get knocked down in the first stiff wind. Well, Winkin didn't care. He began building his house anyway. Blinkin was the next little pig. He said, I'm going to build my house out of sticks. That way, it will be stronger than Winkin's straw house. Don't build your house out of sticks, said Nod. If you build your house out of sticks, someone will come along, pull a stick out of the bottom of the house, and the whole thing will fall down, just like Jenga. Whatever your reaction was, it's good, because I didn't know if you guys would know what Jenga was. And if you didn't know what Jenga was, I would feel really sad about my Friday nights alone in my apartment. Well, more people laughed about that one than the first joke, so thanks. It's fine. I'm not actually alone, you guys. I'm not actually alone. I have a whole box of wine. Yeah. Did you know that if you have enough boxes of wine, you can build a fort? Yeah, and you can invite the person who lives downstairs to come upstairs for a slumber party. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. knew you looked familiar. Lincoln didn't care though. He began building his house anyway. Nod was the third little pig, and he walked alone to his plot of land.
Hi, Tiger.
Are ridiculous, said Nod, shaking his head. Everybody knows you're supposed to build your house out of gingerbread and candy. How else are you gonna lure two little children inside so you can fan them up and eat them? Oh. And with that, Nod cackled an evil cackle. I was gonna do it. My show. No, it's fine. You get to do it now. I'll be the face. You be the voice. Ready? Go. Oh, you came in stereo. Well done. Good job for my stun castle. Now, Lincoln and Nod worked in their houses for quite some time. Lincoln on the straw house, Lincoln on the stick house, and Nod on the gingerbread and candy house. After all, they were all finished, and they held corresponding housewarming parties where they got a lot of fun gifts. Like a coffee maker, a blender, a toaster, a coffee maker, a microwave, and a coffee maker. For a time, the three little pigs lived happily all in a row. When one morning, there was a knock on Lincoln's straw house door. Oh, yeah, you could do like knock on the benches or your neighbor, or if you're a kid, you just whack the fan. There was a knock. It's not television. You know that, right? Even though my contacts are blurry, I can see. It's not like, you know how when you watch Dora the Explorer and she's like, what's Spanish for star? And you don't say anything, she's a cartoon. She can't hear you, and then she goes, that's right, Australia. Dora. It's not like that, and I can see you. And if you don't do the knots, then it hurts me in my heart hole. Thank you. You're such a sympathetic. It's my heart hole. Well, I'm not a philosopher. Anyway, there was a knock on Lincoln's straw house door. Lincoln opened the door just to crack and peered out, and saw what appeared to be a large hairy woman wearing a lady's nightgown. He was very confused because the hairy woman had fake ears with a long nose and sharp, pointy teeth. What do you want? Yelled Lincoln to the straw house door. Excuse me, little pig, said an old lady voice that definitely sounded fake. Little pig, let me come in. Now, Lincoln was very aware of stranger danger, so he slammed the door shut. Twice, apparently. And began frantically pleading to, and yelled to the door, I will not let you in. Not by the hair, my chin, chin, chin. Suddenly, the fake-sounding old lady's voice was replaced by a real-sounding wolfy voice, and the wolfy voice said, little pig, if you don't let me in, I will huff, and I will puff, and I will pull your house down, and with that, the wolf and the lady's neck on huff, wait a minute, wait. Did you guys all know that it was a wolf? You did? Some of you didn't? Alright, it's okay if you didn't know. Because Lincoln, he was face to face with the wolf, and he did not realize it was a wolf because he was like distracted by the nightgown. He was like, that's a pretty sweet nightgown. It had ruffles, right, just all the way down it. He got it at Macy's, but he used a coupon because Macy's stuff is really expensive. But it was a wolf the whole time. Everyone got that? Say aye. Perfect. I will take questions at the end. Well, everyone take a drink out of it. I sip. I'm a fancy lady. The wolf huffed and puffed and blew his straw house down around him. Yeah. The wolf had to sit down and catch his breath because he was very tired after all the huffing and puffing. And that gave Lincoln the opportunity to get up and run next door to his brother Lincoln's stick house. He ran inside and shut the door. Twice again. 3 times? You know what I'm thinking? Okay, you know what that door is? It's one of those sitcom doors from the living room to the kitchen that every sitcom has, like Full House had it, and Roseanne, and what? Who's the Boss? I Love Lucy. What? Tony Danza. Oh, Tiny Dancer. Crushes up here. So when he slams the door, but it just goes this flappy, it just does that. Right? Okay, here we go. He ran inside and shut the door. And then goes away. My God. All right. I can't even right now. I'm not even. Stop it. No, because I thought that too, but I didn't do it. So you don't need. Anyway, Lincoln started frantically explaining to Blinken about the wolf and the lady's nightgown when suddenly there was a knock on Blinken's stick house door. the people and saw what appeared to be a large hairy woman wearing a lady's nightgown. He was very confused because the hairy woman had big ears, a long nose, and sharp, pointy teeth. It was the wolf. Yeah, it's the same wolf. The same wolf was from before. It's not a flock of wolves. It's just one wolf, Uno wolf. I'm bilingual. Uno wolf, and he caught his breath over here, and but winking, like he started running, right? You know how pigs run, right? They're like, but their legs are just little, so they don't cover a lot of distance really fast. So he didn't get very much of a head start when he caught his breath, and he stood up and posted over there. He was like, hey there, little Red Riding Hood. He moonlights as a lounge sugar to Scarborough on Thursdays. If you guys want to go, I can get you in. Anyway, so it was the same wolf right over there. That's hashtag science. That's physics. Hashtag science. And animal husbandry. Hashtag science. I don't know. I'm not a genealogist. Anyway, everyone got that as a same wolf? Say aye. Perfect. What do you want? Yelled Lady to the steakhouse door. Excuse me, little pig, said the wolf. He was using his fake-sounding old lady voice again. Little pig, let me come in. Frantically, Lincoln made the no, don't do it sign to his brother. Lincoln hated his brother's warning and yelled through the door, no, I will not let you in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Suddenly, the wolf again stopped using his fake-sounding old lady voice and used his real wolfy voice, and he said, little pig, if you don't let me in, I will huff, and I will puff, and I will blow your house down, and with that, the wolf and the lady's nightgown huffed and puffed and blew Lincoln's steakhouse down and around him. I know! That wolf has really good lung control. That is the wrong motion. That wolf has really good diaphragm control. Yeah, that's hashtag science. That's biochemistry. Hashtag science and phlebotomy. Hashtag science. I don't know. I'm not a herpetologist. Anyway, the wolf had to sit down and catch his breath because he was about to pass right out. Naturally, Lincoln and Lincoln the opportunity to get up and one next door to their brother Nod's gingerbread house. They ran inside and shut the door. Twice again, they had frantically explaining to Nod about the wolf and the lady's nightgown when suddenly they saw sitting at Nod's kitchen table, there were two children, a boy and a girl. Nod saw them looking at the children and he said, I'm sorry, let me introduce you to my friends. This is Hansel and Gretel. They are here for lunch. He's gonna eat them. Before we can, that was surprisingly not as much reaction as I thought, Marilyn. All right. You guys, that's fine. Don't eat the children. All right. I will not eat the children. I'm so much cider. You guys don't have wine. Well, until I cue you, then you do. Then he's gonna eat them. Lincoln and Lincoln were out to ask Nod what was going on in Hansel and Gretel when they remembered outside the door there was probably a wolf in a lady's nightgown getting ready to knock. So they looked at the door, awaiting the knock that would inevitably come. But no knock came. Sorry. So Lincoln and Lincoln looked out the peephole, but instead of seeing the wolf, they saw a girl. The girl was wearing a red cloak and hood. They were about to warn the girl about the wolf, and the girl began speaking to the wolf. My grandmother, said the girl to the wolf. What are you doing here? I was coming to see you, grandmother. I gotta ask you this, but I don't know. Like, have you had work done? Because you look way different than last time. What big ears you have. All the better to hear you with, my dear, said the wolf. He was using his fake-sounding old lady voice again. And grandmother, said the girl in the red cloak. What a big nose you have. All the better to smell you with, my dear, said the wolf. And grandmother, said the girl in the red hood. What sharp teeth you have. The wolf stopped using his fake-sounding old lady voice and again used his real wolfy voice, and he said, all the better to eat you with, my dear. And with that, the wolf and the lady's nightgown followed the girl in the red hood down hole without even chewing. I know, that wolf is gonna get indigestion. You gotta chew your food. That's hashtag science. That's gastroenterology. Hashtag science. And mastication. Hashtag science. You have to pronounce that word really clearly, or you can't do shows in middle schools anymore. Especially in Texas and Florida. The Bronx, you can do them in the Bronx. Yeah. The Bronx, that is. Anyway. Where am I? What day is this? Have I said everything I'm supposed to say so far? Without swap. She's like this. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not looking about it. Anyway. Wait, where am I? Wait, I cannot vote. I can't take Adderall today. It's fine. Wake and Blanket looked at each other in horror and looked back out the people and they saw the wolf had taken a toothpick out of his pocket and was casually taking the teeth as he meandered away. Since he had just eaten the whole little girl, he was no longer hungry for bacon. That was such a generous reaction. Thank you so much. Wake and Blanket looked at each other, then looked back at the table where Nod was with Hansel and Gretel. The table was heaped with every kind of food imaginable. Then Hansel and Gretel were eating and eating, and Nod was encouraging them to eat more and more, even though the two children seemed stuffed to the gills. But you guys know that children don't have gills, right? Right, good, because I don't want you to come to my show and leave thinking children have gills and get a child and take it to the ocean and throw it in and be like, you're free! Because they cannot breathe underwater. And I will not make that mistake a fourth time. That's hashtag science, that's oceanography. Hashtag science, thank you. And episiotomy. I don't know. I'm not an arboretum. Anyway, every so often that would also stick his finger out and on his patience was trying to figure out how bad it was getting. Winking and Blinking were about to ask them what was going on when suddenly the door burst open and in ran a boy. Underneath one arm he had a big golden harp, and underneath the other arm he had a big white goose. He leapt over a candlestick and ran to the middle of the room. That guy is nimble, said Lincoln. That's quick, said Lincoln. Hey Jack, what's up? Said Nod. Everyone be quiet, yelled Jack, and a hush fell over the house. No one said a word. And in the distance, everyone started to hear loud rumbling footsteps. And the footsteps were getting closer and closer. And then they heard a voice. And the voice said, Fee-fi-fo-fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. The footsteps got closer. The giant's voice got louder. Be he alive or be he dead, said the giant. I'll grind his bones to make my bread. No one said a word. Everyone looked at each other in fear. Everyone looked around how the rest of the scene was 5 minutes was only like 30 seconds. Because you know how you're really scared because it's on and on and on. Things go in slow motion, but you're like, don't go in the room. They go in the room anyway. They get stabbed by the killer. He's not coming the whole movie. So standing in the middle of the movie theater, yelling at the screen. And everyone was like, Gwendolyn, sit back down. No, it's just a me thing. No one said a word as the footsteps stopped right next to the house. And then they continued on. Away from the house, getting quieter and quieter. The giant's voice got quieter too. The giant's voice was deeper when it got past the house. That's the Doppler effect. Yep, that's hashtag science. That's you know that Doppler effect. It's like when a siren comes at you and it's like woo woo, but when it gets past you, then it sounds like it sounds drunk. Yeah. That's how you remember meteorology. That Doppler and drums start with the same letter. So that's how you remember meteorology. That's hashtag science, meteorology, and astronomy, hashtag science, and Scientology, hashtag science. Wow, all right. That is the same reaction I got when I did that joke in Clearwater, Florida. So now I know more and more about Maryland. As the footsteps died away, everyone let out a huge sigh of relief. When suddenly the goose that Jack was holding swamped and laid an egg right in the middle of the floor. What the heck was that? Do you guys know what gooses are? No, I don't know if you do. Squawks, they were screaming. And there was someone said, no. Get it together, Marilyn. Squawks and laid an egg right in the middle of the floor. No! Everyone take a drink over your drink. You want to try it one more time?
Yeah.
That's not a beer, no. Juice. It's apple juice. It's pretty much a sour. You should get your vitamin C. Everyone take a drink of your drink.
Good, got those on it.
That goose, that Jack was holding. Squawk and lay squawk and lay an egg. Wait for your cue. Lay an egg right in the middle of the floor. So I will be presenting a lecture some point this season about gooses and the sounds that they make from their pieces and the sound that they make. I don't know, I'm not a full bottom. The sounds that they make and the sounds that eggs make, and we'll talk about the wake up of great. Okay, if you don't know what that is, don't look it up. Ask Daisy or Danny. Alright. That's who I learned it from. Anyway, everyone looked at the egg. They thought it wasn't just any old egg, it was a solid gold egg. So they looked at the goose and they looked at Jack looking for anyone could do anything. The roof of the gingerbread house got ripped open, and the giant's big ugly face peered down at them. Aha! So the giant, I found you. 3, 5, 4. Is something burning? Everyone looks back at the oven where Nod was standing. Then quickly shut the oven door and looked off in a different direction. Anyway, said the giant, 3, 5, 4. Suddenly in the distance there was a loud thwack, thwack noise and a huge clack. And the giant looked up. Oh no, said the giant as he was straight into the sun. Oh no, said the giant as a huge... What is it? Is it huge? It's a beast. They're huge as like punch. Oh gee, no sun in my eyes. There's a huge beast that fell down on him, crushing him to death. Yay! Wait, no, yay! Because he was gonna eat them. So that's a yay. You don't listen. Listen, Marilyn, listen. You feral audience here. You don't go to someone's house and rip the roof off of it and then be like, oh, pigs in a blanket. That is not snack time, that's hashtag rude. What? Jesus is trying to survive? Jesus isn't even in this film. There's a really inappropriate follow-up to that. Let me tell you later. Tim Mario! Voice in the distance, and there was a polite knock on the front door, and this is the last knock. I know it's him. And the door opens reveal a handsome-looking lumberjack-type fellow. Oh, sorry, said the handsome-looking lumberjack-type fellow in his handsome-looking lumberjack-type voice. Was that your giant? Don't put that. Gretel looked up from the table and saw the lumberjack in the door. Father, said Gretel. Gretel, said the lumberjack, I thought I'd never see you again. Gretel left from the table and ran to the lumberjack. He scooped her to his arms and hugged her and happily carried her out the gingerbread house door. That left Jack standing in the middle of the room. Well, said Jack, I guess I better get home. There's a Christmas pie there with my name on it. Thank you for your pay laughs and claps. No one knows that poem except for me. Then he rubbed back over the candlestick and ran out the gingerbread house door, still carrying the harp that had no lines in this whole show underneath one arm, and the goose that had laid his golden egg underneath the other arm. Wink and Blake and another three little pigs looked at each other alone in their house, and they heaved a huge sigh. Wow, said Winkin. All that just happened. I'm confused. Yeah, me too, said Blake, and now like I'm a little bit hungry. Yeah, me too, said Nod. I'm hungry too. I wonder what we should do. And then Nod had an idea. I know, said Nod, and he put his arms around his brothers and he gave them a hug. Let's do one of our most favorite things, you guys. Let's all go get hot dogs! Woo! And Blake and the three little pigs went wee 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 all the way to the hot dog stand and was happily ever after. The end. Did I do all the parts? Did I miss anything? If you have a question, raise your hand. Yes. Hustle who? Gretel up with her dad. Hansel who? Gretel up with her dad. Yeah, I know. Cat. Where did the pizza come from? When did the pizza happen? Me neither. He's from Lito's Pizza. Yes. Yes. What are the hot dogs made of? Do you really want to know what hot dogs are made of?
Yes!
You do not. You are too young. It's not cannibalism if it's pigs eating. If it's people, it's only cannibalism if it's people eating people.
What?
Did you not take 3 pigs 6 hours to get rid of 1 human body? I learned that from Law and Order. That's half-baked science. That's forensic psychology. Pigs can't eat pigs? Hot dogs are pigs? You two need to talk. But pigs can eat whatever they want. I'm not going to tell a pig not to eat something. A lot of them are bigger than me. A pig will eat his brother? I don't know if a pig will eat his brother. But it could, you know, chickens eat anything. What he doesn't know it's his brother? I don't know. Pigs don't have taste buds, so I don't think they... Yes. The slumber party with the neighbor? With the box fort slumber party? Oh yeah, it's really great. Yeah. So first of all, you gotta choose what kind of box fort you're gonna build, because there's those big boxes, but then there's the little skinny boxes. You can have like columns and like in front on the porch of your box fort. And so you have to decide if it's gonna be a laid out box fort, or it's gonna be like a sit up box fort, or it's gonna be a stand up box fort. Word to the wise, probably don't go for stand up. That's gonna take a little bit of time unless you have some people like you. So I have a slumber party. When you have a slumber party, you stay up really late, and you watch movies like, and you watch stuff your parents will let you watch, like Beavis and Butthead, and then, am I dating myself? Well, I'm making people leave, so, yeah, no one else is dating, so might as well. No, you can't date me after 3rd mom, and you're like 6, 5, I'm rounded up. Anyway, and you get a lot of pizza that you're definitely not going to eat and also not going to put away when you're done eating it. And you each other's nails and each other's hair and you practice so it's really fun. Yeah. Yeah. I have to be done. If you have more questions, please see me over here in the back in the shade, because the next show is coming up in just a minute. Or -30 seconds. Also, come say hi. I love high fives and I love fist bumps. And you can grab a postcard from me. It has all my social media information on it. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Today with this cursor and the QR codes on the back. So just stalk me online. I made it easy for you. You have no excuse. My last show of the day is on the Globe stage at 4:45. It's Famous Lessons with Captain No Beard and myself, and there's sword fighting in it. So good luck to him.